Hi guys, Donnie here from Kollectiv and Enovelle band, and today I want to share with you some guitar parts from our new song Sypad Samba. Just want to put a quick video together, just explaining some of the guitar parts, what I'm doing on guitar, what's the chord structure of the song. Last time I made a video regarding all the cool sounds, my favorite sound in the song. This time I'm going to make a video of just the guitar, like what we're actually doing, talk a little bit more about the melody. Yeah, so in the beginning of the song, you'll hear this. So what that is obviously slapping and it's harmonics, right? So it's basically the chords, I'm playing the chords and then I'm basically playing a melody with some slapping to bring out the melody. The idea is not to play the melody because that would be boring, right? So the melody that we have for the song, the main like instrumental melody for the song is basically so that's the main in melody, and that's what you hear when I'm slapping. You'll hear that melody. So that was a kind of a cool thing I thought, like just to intro to the album, because this is the first song of our EP, like to intro the album, like have that melody be there, but like play it with some slapping, which I think is really cool. I like that. And obviously live, we can do that song live and it sounds really eerie and it sounds really cool. And if you like push up the reverb and stuff, maybe live, it would sound really cool, maybe in a stadium when you just hit some of those notes. So yeah, really taking inspiration from some of the Candy Rat label guys. There's a lot of people like Andy McKee and those kind of guys. Really not just doing the slapping for a rhythmic thing, because really the rhythm is just for the melody, but more using slapping as or just tapping harmonic technique as a way to introduce melody to a song, right? So that melody is then also played on the piano during the verse, because the verse and the intro is the same chords, right? So this is a part I didn't play last time, so let me just play you this part. And this is just the piano in the verse. Yeah, so really cool, right? So we have that melody going in the beginning, like you get introduced to it, but it doesn't really sound 100% like that melody, right? If you listen closely and now that you know it, you will probably hear it a bit better, right? So that was the idea of this song, right? To kind of not hide it, but present the melody in an interesting way, right? So I think that's really cool. Then next, obviously, you just want to talk about the chord structure of the song. So what we do, like, I'm sure most people would know what chord this is, and this is. So basically, this is just the same shape I'm doing. So this would be, the best way to describe that chord would be to say it's a C minor 7th without a fifth in it. But I'm also like having the E at the bottom and that kind of stuff. So the idea of this song is I'm using, and in this entire album, in fact, I'm not using any standard chords. I don't think there's any like standard typical chord you would find in a chord chart. All of it I'm using is this idea of obviously creating your own chords to fit the song, like to fit the melody of the song, that chords that has melody in them. Like this is one of my favorite chords. There's just so much going on there, and so a bunch of what we're doing is I'm obviously there's some physical notes, and then the rest is just using the key we're in. So we're in the song is in the key of E, and we're really just using the key of E and then some of these notes within this chord to present kind of a melody and kind of present this sustained note. And then what I'm doing when I'm sliding it over here, I'm still using some of the open chords. So I'm still playing an E at the low notes and a B and an E at the top. But I'm obviously changing, it's a different chord, right? So you get that idea of the E and the B, which is the key of the song, going, but it's a minor chord. Right? So that's kind of an interesting thing. So the entire verse is just this. In the beginning, I had like sometimes when I played it, like some of you who's ever heard the song before would know that I didn't always used to strum it. I used to like go, so the verse. So that's the verse. So the verse, the pre-chorus, sorry, not the verse. That's the pre-chorus part. So really what that chords are is basically it's a B and A and a B chord, right? But I'm not playing the full bar. So where you would play a bar chord is like that. Obviously, you bar the note, but I'm still again utilizing the openness of the B and the E strings to form these chords, and they form these beautiful sounding. So there's lots of different ways that I utilize this kind of open guitar thing, and like I said, in the entire album, for this entire EP, I'm using this idea of having these open chords, and it's something I've been using for a very long time, and I always play it this way, because if you're in a certain key, you can make certain chords and certain songs sound more open. And then basically what you're doing, just the fourth chord, just basically an A and a B. So it just gives you an idea of something is coming. So that's the idea of this pre-chorus, that, and also you'll hear in the lyrics also, something is coming, something is going to happen if I play these two chords. Like you want to, it wants to resolve somewhere, right? So you want to, again. So it has to release somewhere, right? That it builds that tension, and then you just release it with a one. But I play it up high, because if you play it down low, it kind of, if you play a normal E, it just doesn't sound right. So I basically play an E chord, but I just play it an octave higher. And the idea of that is that if you play it out down here, the song dives. It doesn't feel like it lifts, right? So that's the idea of the chorus. Then in the chorus, the song lifts. Yeah. So that's basically the song structure of this entire song. And it's not really complicated in terms of the. If you look at it, it's like there's 5 chords in the song, but it's, I think where the complexity comes in is with all the open strings and all the sustained notes and all the harmonies that you sit there. And yeah, so all of those harmonies, everything is to work together. And then you have this idea of the chord progression. We call it a chord progression, but obviously chord progression also means that the chord should progress into something. It should say something. It should resolve something. It should go somewhere, right? So that's a big part of what we're doing with the songs, and also the rest of this specific album, is that there's movement in the chords. It's not just, I'm not just playing 3 chords or 4 chords, same 4 chords that everybody else uses for the reason of just playing the chords because it sounds nice. No, there's specific movement in these chords, and they take you somewhere. And that's a big part of this album is this idea of movement and this idea of taking you somewhere and moving you into this atmospheric space. Yeah, so that's really cool. Hoping we will probably be playing some live shows, and then you can come and listen to these chords. Yeah, so if you guys ever want to like sit with me and produce, and you want like some interesting ideas of your chords and stuff, drop me an email or drop me a DM, whatever way to contact me there is. My emails are on all of these. So this is really a fun thing for me to do, is like sit with normal chords and just make them more interesting. Some of the other songs in the EP, I do the same thing. It's simplistic chords, like it either is just a 1 or a 4 of the scale, but then you obviously make them interesting. You make them sound complicated. Which again, it really isn't complicated, but obviously it's a bit of a mission. These open chords and these ringing and these sustained notes, it sometimes can be a mission to mix and produce them and put different elements on it. And you'll hear in these albums, on this specific song, we put a lot of instruments on it, and so that was quite a complicated process to make it sound like one thing. I think we actually recorded this song 3 times, just to get everything to melt and to try different ideas and to make everything work, because it's not easy to do that. But obviously, I think if you listen to the song, you'll hear it sounds really, really cool. Yeah, so I mean, guys, go out there, try, do your own stuff. I mean, we can be creative when we're playing guitar. I think we can still, if you want to pop music, you can still do that and still be creative. There's lots of ways to make these things work in music, these open atmospheric sounds, if you want that, obviously. There's lots of ways to make it work in your music. But if you ever want more like advice, or just speak to me about how to do it, or how to layer things and that kind of stuff, that's the thing I love to do. It's really cool to like layer things and just make everything work, and like put in these subtle harmonies and melodies, and really build a song that sounds really interesting, and a song that will sound interesting for a long time. Yeah, so that's what we did. We're really, really proud of this song. Proud of the work we put in. It really sounds amazing. And now you have a little bit of a background of what we did with the chords. Anyway, guys, go out there, have fun, just play guitar. This is why we're here. Good, cool. Cheers, guys.